Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. I got a trend update. This is broke and has broken in about the last hour or so. Looks like Iraqi forces are beginning an assault on Kirkuk and the Kurdistan region. What we have here is a picture of Iraq. Iraqi forces are in the light red. Kurd forces are in the yellow in the north. One thing to note, looks like Iran has closed its border with the Kurdistan region. Iran shuts down trade line crossing border with Kurdistan. Tourism line is still operational. I don't think anybody's going to want to go visit the region of Kurdistan with war breaking out. And you can see where all the action is. It's all south of Kirkuk, and this thing has just exploded in the last hour. This thing's lighting up like a Christmas tree. And first thing, price of Brent oil has spiked 60 cents to 57.85. Before we get into some of the details in and around Kirkuk, I want to back out. They're moving troops. Iraq's moving troops north. And here we are in the Nineveh Plain. This is north of Mosul. This is where all the action was taking place earlier with ISIS. ISIS has been moved out. Iraqi troops have replaced that. And the thing to really keep your eye on, this has to do with the Prophet Nahum. This is the Mosul Dam. This thing's in poor state of repair. Makes you wonder if somebody's not going to use water as a weapon at some point in the future. You hope that's not the case, because millions of lives will be impacted. Billions upon billions of gallons of water in this lake. But again, Iraqi troops are moving north to regain areas controlled by the Peshmerga, and that would be the Kurds. So let's break this down and get in tight and just take a look at this. Again, this is from liveviewamap.com, Iraq, keyword. We have American planes in the sky, U.S. Air Force jets fly over Kirkuk, and we have, fighters have been killed due to clashes. We have all kinds of equipment. Military Iraqi forces backed by Iranian militias headed toward Kirkuk. Looks like the Iraqis and the Iranians have joined sides, because they all consider the Kurds to be terrorists. Mortars, missiles are being fired. Counterterrorism forces, Iraqi special units. We have some more military. Iraqi forces deployed Abrams tanks to Kirkuk area. That would be Abrams tanks or U.S. tanks. We made those. Iraqi forces moving toward Kirkuk University. I mean, this thing goes on and on and on, but this has all started within the last hour. And again, if you want to check this out, check it out. Prophetically, the big thing would be Jeremiah 51. And Jeremiah spends the whole 51st chapter writing about eventually Babylon will get theirs at the hands of the Medes. Now, that's what the prophecy says, to the point that Babylon will be completely uninhabitable and no people will live there at some point in the future. Now, that's never happened. So we know that that's still prophetic to this day here on October 15, 2017. But if anybody's interested in this, go to, again, iraq.liveviewamap.com. And you can follow these and, just move your cursor over the little symbol to Peshmerga. We've withdrawn. Some are saying they're withdrawn. Some are saying no. Peshmerga forces respond to gunshots and shelling by Iraqi Shia militias in the Taza front line. So again, I know I get lots of flack on this, but, the bottom line, this is a Shia connection with the Iraqi forces and the Iranian forces. And the template pretty much is Iran's trying to establish a Shia corridor all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. And I know the locals tell me otherwise, and they don't accept this person or that person, and left hand doesn't seem to know what the right hand's doing, but big picture, that's what seems to be taking place. But I think this thing's just getting started. You hope it doesn't carry on too long. Kurds have lots of oil money, lots of resources. They've been well fortified by U.S. I mean, this is essentially U.S. stuff on U.S. stuff. We just have different people fighting. and we're going to see what's going to happen. But again, this is broken out within the last hour. Something we're going to be watching prophetically, again, Jeremiah 51. Nahum, the whole book of Nahum talks about Nineveh being judged. That's going to be in the northern part of Iraq, around Mosul, ancient Nineveh. And we'll see what happens. Also think there's a few passages, I believe in Isaiah 13, that talks about this as far as Babylon and their judgment. So again, at the hand of the Medes. And the Medes would be modern day Kurds. So keep an eye on it. It's just getting started. You hope it doesn't last very long, but it does appear to be breaking out in yet another flashpoint of conflict in the Middle East. Appreciate you guys listening. Take care. Have a good evening.